Hello, welcome to Teen Trials, where it's the A-Class final.
Kirk Vitty, Stephen Suddes and Paul Wardle all took the top 3 spots on the A-Class leaderboard. But who's going to take the top spot today and the accolade of the Teen Trials A-Class champion?
And just like the B-Class final last week, the course is slightly different from that the riders are used to. So let's take a look at the major changes. The first change is the introduction of this 50-foot long tree trunk. Now the riders have to hop over it 3 times, left to right and back again, before turning round and riding along the whole length of it. I can tell you, it's difficult. The concrete blocks are the second and biggest alterations on the course, and with a kind of bird's eye view that the riders get from the top, I'm sure you can understand this is a really daunting obstacle.
Those are the changes. Now, first up, it's Paul Wardle. He made it through to the final with just 2 penalty points. Let's see how he did it. Ready? Good luck.
Balancing nicely now for 5 seconds on the top there. Clean so far, and he has to stay that way. Can he hold it? He is holding it. This could give him 3rd place overall. It does. He's clean. Paul Wardle was the last of our qualifiers for the final. The course has got a little bit tougher, don't you think, Paul?
Yeah, it has.
What's the worst bit?
The first bit, I think.
Still the first bit, this very opening bit on the rocks?
Yeah, I don't like bouncing it to my left, so...
Oh, well, best of luck. You only had 1 fault, I think, on it last time, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Well, best of luck. See that maybe you can do better this time. Start her up. Over to Jane.
Okay, good luck.
Paul comes from near Richmond in North Yorkshire, a village called Ravensworth. Lovely part of the country. And he's got 1 there. He said he doesn't like bouncing the bike to the left, and that was the difficulty for him. So he's taken his 1 penalty. Now goes over the different stepping stones and the rather awkward rocks at the far end now. It's a much steeper step. They must stay within the course limits marked out by the tape. They can touch the tape, but if they break a tape, they'll have failed the section. So Paul's got 1 penalty so far. Now he's got to get up onto, and he's got another 1. That's a big steep, and he's got 2. That's 3 in total for the round so far. And I think he got a toe down. I think that's a fail. Just got a toe down on the far side of the rock. So now he comes onto the logs. He'll be disappointed with that start, but it is difficult. We've tried to make this part of the course as hard as we could for the final, and this is the A-Class final. So now he's got a bunny hop out over that, which he does perfectly well. If the wheels had touched the tape, that would have been a penalty, but he didn't get 1. Paul's riding now into this new tree trunk section. Awkward, 3 hops over the log and then a ride along the full length of it. Trickier than it looks. Paul's just 17, lists his hobbies as women, bikes and cars. I think also joining clubs. He's a member of Richmond, Darlington, Thirst, Ripon, Eden, Guiseley, etc. he says, so there's even more than that. And he's clear. So now we come back to the big tyres, which is exactly as it was in the heats. 5-second hold at the top. And he's managed that nicely. The hooter marking the start of the 5 seconds, and the double hooter marking the right to move off, and he's cleaned that. So now he comes to this awesome slab. 8 years of riding. What's it going to do? It's going to let him get to the top. That's brilliant. No feet. Hops it round. This is good, and he's got to get off there. Good leap down. Now over 1 more concrete slab. And he'll be through the finish. Excellent. Terrific stuff. That was great. He made such a mess of the first obstacle. He said it was the hardest. I think he was just scared of it, maybe.
I think you might be right. It might be a mental thing with him. But he got 5 penalty points in the beginning, but then he pulled it all together, so he got the rest of the run was clear.
Yeah, let's take a look back at it.
Paul picked up 5 points on his first run. It's those rocks that are causing the problems again.
Well, next up it's Stephen Suddes. Let's see how he made it through to the final.
Can he clean the rest of the section? He's going well. That's probably the way to attack this. No feet down, it's clear section. He has to get himself static. Can he hold it? He's there. 5 seconds. 5 seconds. Critical. Still only got 1 penalty against him. Great stuff. He's through. Stephen Suddes here, who qualified with just 1 penalty in the heats. You've been practicing on the course, Stephen, but it wasn't all that smooth, was it?
No, I've already had a crash, so let's hope it goes a little bit better in the actual thing. So
You haven't damaged the bike, though?
no, twigged my shoulder, but it's all right now.
You're going to be okay?
Yes.
Best of luck. Start your engine. Jane will start you with the flag.
Okay, good luck.
Stephen's just 16, comes from Yarm in Cleveland. This is where he had his 1 there. He's got 1 now, and I was going to say this is where he got 1 in the heats. Now, can he balance? He hasn't got a start yet. He's now got 2. Oh, and 3. He's gone off, so that'll be a fail. That's 5. He moved off before, but he's still got to go out through the gate, so it means he's got to go over these rocks. But he has got 5 penalties. Well, that was a bit of a surprise. 5 penalties, so he's obviously going for speed now. Nice balance on the top and perfect position. Absolutely perfect, couldn't be better. And he didn't go off early this time. Nice leap out. Steve's been riding since the age of 6. He's now 16. A lot of experience, and he's riding this really fast. He knows that with those 5 penalties, speed could well determine the position. So now he comes into what has become the easiest of the obstacles on the course, but this balance can be tricky. He's managed it perfectly. He'll be really annoyed with that first obstacle. That's 2 riders now with 5. Now into the concrete slabs. Now what sort of technique are we going to see from young Stephen here? He's certainly quick. Oh, that was brilliant. Just flew from the first rock up to the top there. Hops it round. Fantastic. Great. Clean. And now 1 last concrete slab to finish. Spectacular, eh?
I'm so impressed with that concrete slab, the way they get up there, but obviously 5 penalty points on the first section.
He'll be choked, absolutely choked, because he really is pretty careful, but great speed.
I think I was a bit surprised actually, because I thought he'd maybe get 2, but 5, quite a lot.
I think you had him in the sweepstake as well. There we go. Let's have a look back at the highlights.
Stephen picked up his 5 points in that run, coming off those rocks too early.
Well, next up it's Kirk Vitty. Now, he was top of the A-Class leaderboard since show 1. Let's see how he did that.
And at the moment, he's doing remarkably well. Just 1 penalty, making absolute mincemeat of this first section. 17 years old, wonderful control of his bike. He's just held it. He's clean. He's absolutely clean. Well done. Kirk Vitty here has led the A-Class Championship leaderboard from the very first programme of the series. And I should think you're feeling pretty confident after the other 2 have made a bit of a mess of this opening section.
Yeah, they've made a few mistakes. We'll just try and get through the first one all right and see how it goes.
Is this the toughest bit?
Yeah, these rocks are the hardest bit.
Okay, very best of luck, Kirk. Kick your engine up and Jane will start you.
Okay, good luck.
Kirk, as you probably guessed from his accent, comes from the northeast, Tolaw. He's 17, and he's been riding since he was 5. And he's cleaning this at the moment. Clear. he'll be pleased with that. But these next rocks are the ones that seem to cause the big problem. Not quite sure why that is. There's no helper to get up from the ground to the first rock. They've just got to get the bike up there. I think probably the wheelbase is just about the same distance. Yes, there it is, you see, and he's done that well. Now, we'll watch his toes, because this is where it's difficult. He's not got a dab down with his toes. Well, I think he just got away with that. No, I think we've got one. It's possibly worth him taking a dab. And he has done there. So if he leaves that down, he'll get away with just the two. But it's really caused a problem. I'm told actually that Kirk may have 3 penalties on that first section, so we'll have to look at that in slow motion a little bit later. But here he comes onto the logs, and he is clean here, well balanced, good position. Now he's got to hop down over the bunny hop and out of section. Perfect. And at this stage he's just a little bit slower than Stephen Suddes, but only 3 penalties. Time comes into it, of course, if the penalties are the same. You probably remember that Kirk has this rather strange ambition of wanting to ride over the arch of the Tyne Bridge. At least there aren't any blocks there for him to ride over, or concrete slabs. As of today, I think Kirk is 8th or 9th in the British National B-Class Championship, but my word, he's a good rider. Balancing well, and nicely out of that. A little bit of hooter trouble. Onto the concrete slabs, nothing like as high as the Tyne Bridge, but pretty difficult to get on. What's he going to do? He's going to fly it. Now, what's he going to do? He's going to have to dab to get down, so that gives him an extra penalty. He's got to get up there. Didn't quite fly it hard enough. So 4 penalties in total, I think. Just 1 on this particular obstacle. And coming round for the final concrete, but I think it'll leave him in the lead. Well, now that was a surprise, because in practice he was flying up there.
He was. I wasn't expecting that at all. He got 1 penalty point on the slab. And Peter, I'm not sure whether he got 2 or 3 on the first rock section.
No, I'm not sure either, so let's have a look back and find out for sure.
4 penalty points for Kirk in his first run. That concrete block sure is a tough obstacle.
I don't know about you, but it's an awful lot closer than I thought it was going to be. So if you want to see whether Kirk can hang on to his lead, join us on Team Trials after the break.
So after the first run, Kirk is just in the lead with a time of 2 minutes 39 seconds and only 4 penalty points. But it's a really tight competition.
So Paul was considerably slower than everyone else on the first run, but if he can go accurate, he's going to set a target for the others. And he starts with this most difficult of the obstacles. And he did what he did the first time. He rides up, he doesn't fly it. That was really neat, nicely hopped round. He's cleaning the section. Well, that'll certainly give him confidence for this second run. Now if he can go clean over the tyres as well, the balance could be difficult, but he's doing it fine. Just keeping the engine lightly ticking over there, and now he's cleared to move off. In his local area, Richmond in North Yorkshire, he's won C-Class, B-Class and A-Class championships. And he's in his final year as an A-Class rider. Oh, he was very nearly out of the course then. They're allowed to touch the tapes, but they mustn't break them. A little more difficult hopping over the log that way, but he's through the trunk into the logs. He's clean so far on this run, but on the way down after his balance here, he's got a very difficult hop over a sort of bunny hop. As we come down, this is difficult, and he does it. hitting the throttle at exactly the right moment. And again here. Whoa! He made it. I thought he'd lost it for a second there. But he's clean. These stones quite difficult. Now his balance. He's going to have a clean second run. He's going to set a good target for the others. He's made it. Can he get off now without the final accident? He can. He's through. It's clear. And it's a jolly good ride. Well done. He made it.
He did. He will be pleased. He said to me that he was looking forward to the second run. Completely clear, so he's just got 5 from this morning.
That's a good target for the others. Let's have a look back.
A terrific clear run from Paul. Just look at that skill.
So as I've said, Stephen has no penalties in hand. He's already got 5, the same as Paul ended up with. But he's plenty of time. He did have almost 3 minutes, 2 minutes 50 seconds in fact in hand. And he's having a bit of difficulty there. And he flies it to the top. Beautiful. And now hops it round. This is excellent. But now he got a little bit of difficulty there. Almost had to go backwards to get himself lined up. In practice he fell there, but he's managed to drop down pretty well. Onto the tyres now. Oh, he's got a dab, that's one. He'll be furious about that. He will be so annoyed. He's come down nicely, but one there. Now, this really is the essence of trials. You can be, no matter how good you are, you can make mistakes. And Stephen made a bad one there. He's very, very annoyed. So his time is irrelevant. He's now in second place behind Paul. Into the log section now. Stephen told me his ambition actually was to appear on Men and Motors after 11 o'clock, but none of this tea time rubbish, he says. But he's balancing pretty well on the top there. Now kicking forward, it's clean. Nicely over the bunny hop. If Stephen cleans this section, he might have difficulty. He's not got his toes down though. He's clean so far. Just got to get the foot. Oh, he's down, so there's another one. So that makes it definitely he goes into second position. Well, he was already there in second place. But that takes a bit of the pressure off Kirk, who's going last. Oh, he's down and out of the section. A 5 there to finish. Oh, he will be really disappointed with that. But of course, the damage was already done before that. Well, go on, give us the bad news. The total for that run?
6. He got 5 in that last section and 1 at the beginning as well, so he's devastated.
He will be absolutely wrecked. I really thought he was possibly our winner, but we better have a look at where he went wrong.
Not such a good run by Stephen this time, picking up 6 penalties all over the course.
Well, you've got 1 penalty in hand and 2 minutes and 4 seconds, so what's the tactics?
Just to go quickly on the easy bits and try my best on the hard bits.
So accuracy on the hard bits, but go like hell on the rest.
Yeah, that's right.
Best of luck. Start your engine. Over the Jane. Final adjustments there. Just make sure he's got the right mixture. The hopes of everyone in Tow Law in County Durham go with Kirk Vitty. He led the leaderboard from day one. And he flew it. Now that's where he made his mistake on the first leg, and he's going quickly too. Very neatly done. Having to brake hard to get onto the tyres. Just 1 penalty in hand. He's got so little leeway, but he was quick over the first section. Just 19 seconds that took him. Coming round now onto the tree trunk. clean so far, and he said he'd go quick over the easy bits. He must think that's an easy bit. Now hopping over the trunk 3 times. A-level student still at school. All of these A-class riders riding 250cc bikes. This is a GP Beta 250. Good balance, that's not causing a problem, but this little hop could. In practice, they all failed it several times. It's getting the right leverage, and he's over by a mile. So these rocks will determine our winner. Is it going to be Paul Wardle, who's sitting there with 5 penalties, or Kirk? If he can go clean, if he can, and it looks as though he can, well, I think we're looking at our winner here. If he stays clean, doesn't make any silly mistakes on this last little drop down. Oh yes, nice and easy. That is the winner of our competition. Well, it looks like a clear run was good enough.
We've got our winner, Peter. It was fantastic, wasn't it?
It was. Mind you, I thought there were a couple of spots where he could have lost it. Let's have a look.
Another great run from Kirk. This lad really is one to watch out for in the future.
Fantastic final. Stephen Suddes in 3rd place, Paul Wardle in 2nd, but the champion today, Kirk Vitty, and some great prizes.
Yep, we've got hats, t-shirts and bags for everyone, and the top prize, an FM helmet and a fabulous track day at Ron Haslam's Race School at Donington.
Yeah, well worth winning, as is the trophy, so I'm going to hand it up to Kirk, who's the A-class winner, 2002 Teen Trials. Congratulations. Now then, you're turning the tables a little bit on Stephen winning this one, aren't you?
Yeah, well, they're both good riders, so just had to keep me cool on the last lap and did okay.
Well, very well done. Congratulations to you. A great final, very close. We've enjoyed it. Hope you have as well, and that you'll join us next time Teen Trials hits the screen. But in the meantime, nothing else to say except take it away, boys.